start my podcast.
Learning English is hard. That's why I make Easy Stories in English, where you can have fun while you learn. You can listen to stories full of action, romance, and mystery. Each episode, I tell a story to advanced learners, and there's a story for every mood. Whether you want something to wake you up or relax before going to bed, Easy Stories in English is the podcast for you.
You successfully fought off multiple Drukhari ambushes, ambushing the ambushers, as it were. Now you have laid claim to a space where you've been advancing towards this distant battlefield where you've heard the screams and enslavement of Imperial citizens, and you find yourselves in a brief moment of calm trying to see if more enemies are coming. Solomon, you were able to hear the sound of boots hitting the ground just outside of your group's collective vision. You know that the enemy are organizing and they are approaching. What do you tell the others to do? What happens?
He will, as quietly as Solomon is capable of making himself, and be like, "Quickly! More Drukhari are approaching. I hear boots on the ground. We must set up an ambush if they're coming. Can we find a hiding spot?"
You are amongst the lines of shacks on either side, the businesses that line this thoroughfare, so there are spaces between them where you could hide. You could climb on top of a shack and hide. You could go inside of a shack and hide, possibly even close the shutters over it. Some are burning. Those probably aren't great hiding spaces, but you could move slightly ahead of them or slightly behind them.
We can use their tactics against them. I'm not very good at this, but I trust Morgan. You must know how to set up an ambush.
Yeah, the moment that Solomon said that is a suggestion, she's looking at which building would be best, something that we can probably set up inside of, keep it close quarters, because obviously the issue has been them running away. So if we can get them all in close quarters in a kill box with us, that would be preferable.
If you're looking to do that, your challenge is your two heavies are not super stealthy.
Okay.
So you have an interesting proposition and a challenge, and Morgan, this takes you back to some of the training that you did. This was at Mechanicus with a tremendously long binaric name. You knew them as 01010110, 011001001, 011001000, 011100010, 0110001, 01110011, which in Low Gothic translates to Vedris.
Did you run that through a binary translator?
Someone said.
I coughed during that. Can we take it again? I just want to make sure that we get it for posterity. Just start again.
I think it's good.
This was the most annoying trainer to ask for.
Correct. And he told you that it translated to Vedris as a Skitarii, and he refused to answer to anything other than his full designation, which meant that you learned most things and they were relayed to you directly.
Yep.
You did not ask a ton of questions because there was a pretty steep price to pay for each question that was asked. But the way that the Skitarii approach combat is through tremendous logic. They math out the entire experience, they deem their acceptable loss base, and then they calculate based on that.
Back to Oslo to throw away some garbage I have back in the car.
For an ambush. You and Damien,
And then I will
relatively
drive,
stealthy, both ambush predators, both able to
further.
deal a great deal of damage in a very short period of time. And you have two assets that are in no way suited to this combat. So it comes down to the question of risk.
Might need to throw
which is
that
to
away
stage an
later
ideal
because I
ambush.
see.
You would want you and
Yeah, I
Damien
have to do that
be the thing
later.
that they walk past to then hit them in the back. The challenge that involves is they would need to advance past you, and if they turn around against you, you become the questionable losses in this scenario. The worst ambush possibility, which could still work but might not, is to take your compatriots, the cannon, and Solomon, and put them somewhere hidden further up, so you could, either with gunfire or other things, draw the enemy in towards you and have them hit them in the back. But it means your ability to stage the ambush and trap them here becomes a little more kind of questionable, because you don't have anything to drive them further forward into you once combat begins. That's assuming that your goal here is the complete elimination of the enemy. Vedris is also very much focusing you on
just have
what
to
is
double
the
check the
objective of
address
this combat. So the first thing you need to decide, Morgan,
where I'm
internally
going.
for yourself as you kind of hear this training and remember this training is, what's your objective here? Is it to wipe out the oncoming party? Is it to give yourself space to pull back? What's your combat goal? And I think this is the moment where it hits you that you've just been advancing.
Right, and I think she's also been advancing because obviously all of her compatriots are like, stomp out the Xenos. We were here to kill all the Xenos. And in Morgan's mind, she's like, we were here to get reconnaissance, and we're here to complete the mission and not die. So, I think it's like, obviously there's people getting chewed up, but no people here have been offering further resistance. There's been no one helping them fight. It's not like they can lead a wave of people against this enemy. So, yeah, I think it is, in her opinion, it's more important for them to have a way out than all of them get pinned behind the enemy. Because even these enemies keep running back away, and that's their tactics as well. So using their
Okay,
same tactics
so
against
I'm
themselves,
going to...
it's more important for her that they have an out to get out of the situation, especially if it becomes, if there's 20 Drukhari in there or something. Like, there's gonna be a point at which they can't fight all of that, and running away will get some more of these Imperial citizens killed. But if she can pull out and they can get information that, like,
I have to drive
a
straight
Xenos
there.
threat on your planet, maybe there's other ways to
Sorry.
deal with it other than us four versus the entire Xenos threat. So I think in Morgan's mind it's, alright, we fall back and find positions, and she's gonna take her and Damien to continue to fall back, and fall back with those two, so that they can be a target and protect each other, while she and Damien can fire into the combat.
So to be clear, your goal is to pull the whole group back and not engage? Or you want to set up an ambush?
I want to set up an ambush, but I want to pull everyone back so that we still have ways to backtrack and we don't get trapped in on their end by anyone.
So I think what you're looking at there then, according to the strategies that you're laying out and kind of the options that at least Vedris would present.
Yes.
Vedris' suggestion
Thank you,
under this
Vedris.
scenario
Hello?
that you would see would be, you can actually hide
Ja, hei.
Solomon and
Ja. Jeg tenker fra 2 burde jeg klare å... Eller ja, mellom 1 og 2 tror jeg klarer å kan være der. Ja. Ja. I verste fall så kan jeg ringe deg og si at jeg må eventuelt flytte dagen da. Ja, men du kan jo eventuelt gå bort med Sara på tråden, sjekke hva feilmeldingen er da. Ja, stemmer det, det gjør det. Eller skjønte du? Ja. 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 Ja, den er god. Ha det.
You can hide them in and amongst the shacks just behind where they're burning. Because then if the enemy has heat sensors, if they have any of the extensive vision capabilities, the two heavies are just standing against the
morning, John.
I find like some kind of like small power station, like a mailbox. And I just like blended like a, just like I'm good. You know, it's like that scene in Alien, the first one where yeah, we just blend some.
Thank you for that advantage because I did roll and I should have put that in the roll.
Okay. So, Judge, what I'm going to say is you find a shack that has been built out of more metallic components, and it has
Now driving for 32 minutes
so
to reach my first job.
except for poles holding it in place, but the side facing kind of out and away from where the flames are, it's open, so you can actually duck into it and attack out of the flames. You're burning around, so no one would ever suspect that you were there. There is no risk of you being spotted. There's also a slab built into the front of this that is moved slightly out of position, so you can watch perfectly what is happening outside. No one will expect you to be coming, and you are going to have full vision for where you are hiding, not having to worry about hiding within.
So this is basically like Solid Snake inside of a
100.
Great. I'm doing a Xeno here. Not a Xeno here. Sorry, different.
I like Xeno here. I think Xeno's here.
It is, but
Dude, you're Xeno's not. You got it. You are the brother.
Solid Snake is my favorite Xeno gear.
Xeno here, the Phantom Judge. All right, so you were in position. Solomon, you've covered yourself in your leathers and you've ducked down where you are to be able to do that. You said your what was it? 14? 11, right? You got your 11, which is great. Morgan and Damien, how do you want to position yourselves? Again, you're amongst the many shacks. Do you want to climb on top of one? Do you want to stay in between the buildings? Do you want to go prone, leaning around the edge of something? Do you want to use like the storefront ledge to rest your rifle? What are your hiding strategies / positioning strategies?
I think Damon's going to take his cues from Morgan here. She has like tactical training, he doesn't. And she's like you two hide in these flanks, Damon, because the answer Damon's with her. Alright, he's just going to follow, like, he's just going to like a step behind you. And like, we're going boss. He's kind of like, yeah.
yeah, I think it's inside of one of the shacks or the storefronts, so that there's just a window that could allege to rest the gun in, and then we can both be squatted down so we have a little more cover if stuff just breaks loose. So we have sight, we have a little bit of cover, and we will probably every attack first, but it's like just looking down the street from an angle.
Great. And are you positioned in exactly the same spot, or are you on opposite sides of the street?
No, we're keeping Damien with me, so we're out the same window.
Great. You and Damien find a rotted fruit stand. So it has that sweet smell of fruit, but all of it's overripe. It's clear that they were trading in extras of spoiled fruit.
Lovely weather today as well. A little chilly in the morning though. It's only at 7 Celsius.
The walls are kind of wooden slats, which is a very strange thing to imagine. Very poor people.
See, that's bizarre.
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
Definitely Morgan, because wood is so tremendously expensive everywhere else in the galaxy. But here the
I want to drive in the right lane, but they're so...
Yeah.
they built that, but you are in position there. So can you roll me an advantage?
Here we go.
A team of one. So how far back?
All the people in the left lane are so
It's going to only matter if they go within 30
anxious to drive
feet.
faster than the speed limits. Or eager, I mean.
It's a 20.
14. Okay. So I will say it's a 21 from outside 30 feet from you guys. And it's a 14 if they get within 30 feet from you guys.
But I guess speeding a little like that doesn't really harm anyone, so...
No, to like self-vocalize if anyone was closing in, so you'll have the ability to
I'm not
talk
risking
about
it.
I do need you all to roll me initiative. It'll be a disadvantage for those who do not have advantage. So regular roll for the judge and Morgan, a disadvantage roll for Damien and Solomon. So Morgan.
Natural one for initiative, a 23.
Good.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Judge score, baby.
17. Sorry, no. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense. Thanks,
Right.
man.
So Damien's up front, then Morgan, then Solomon, and last, from his perfect hiding space, is the judge. Fantastic.
This fucking shit.
You all take up position due to the fire being there, and also just it's theater of the mind. We don't want to track vision bands. I'm going to say that you all have approximately the same vision. From where your ambushers are, you can see about 60 feet out from there, and then Damien and Morgan, you are 30 feet back from the ambush position at the edge of this kind of fire. So
Which
there are
way
total
should I take?
visible battle map before it hits fog of war. It's about 90 feet from where you are at the back to where things are moving forward. You are all looking out, except for Solomon, who's forced to just hide because he doesn't have a perfect hiding space. But you are looking down this pathway when you see three figures stumble forwards out of the dark. Three Imperial citizens.
Yeah, okay, so
staggering forward.
yeah, it
still
wants
in
me to
torn
take the
clothes,
right-
but they are lean, they are
right
bloody.
way.
All roll me a perception. 8. Judge, you have advantage as you're the closest.
Thank you.
So an 8, 9,
16.
16. Judge, you can see that they are wearing blinking collars. They're fine, they're tiny, but they are around their necks. And these people are staggering forwards, and you hear the first one of them
These are explosives.
just say, Drakari are better than humans. We're an inferior species. The one in the center says, I hate the Emperor. I want to piss on his face. And the furthest one to the right as you're looking at the row goes, now fuck this. And there's this small boom, and their neck shatters, and their head topples off, and their body falls down. First person goes, Drakari are better. Yeah, I'll piss all over that Emperor. And these two remaining human figures are walking forwards. One openly blaspheming loudly. I mean, both of them doing it just in different ways as they make their way forwards from the tunnel. So they appear, they're just walking as you see them moving closer and closer to the ambush point as they clear these 60 feet. Solomon, you are hearing these blasphemies, somebody cursing the Emperor, saying they would pee and defecate upon him and do other grotesque things. Judge, you're aware that the collars are in play. 3 of you have seen what these collars do. These figures keep advancing. Is there any point where you would make a move, or you just let this play out?
Morgan is holding. This is trying to scare us out or something. No, we're waiting for enemies.
Fabulous. Those human figures keep walking forwards until they cross that kind of fire threshold where the beginning of the ambush would take place, and they keep moving. And that, oh wait, I need to check. Did they spot Solomon? Neither of us shot Solomon. He's too well hidden.
Let's go.
Behind them, 60 feet back as they cross this fire barrier, you see a massive
Fotobox längre framme.
barrier.
That is
You
a lie.
see a
There is
massive
no photo
blade
box.
crowd break forth from the darkness. Behind these people is a large Drakari pirate ship bladed-esque anti-grav conveyance that is floating forward silently, shadowing these people by 60 feet. On it, you see 12 Drakari Kabalite warriors. These are armed and armored figures riding on the deck of this anti-grav vehicle, all of them standing unnaturally tall, unnaturally thin. They're taunting. They are speaking to each other in sibilant hisses that you can't make out where you are, but you can see their helmets turning as they look at each other. There are no faces exposed. You're not seeing the same playful level of skin exposed elsewhere. Each of them is swaggering. There's an element of cruelty even to the way they move, and you're seeing in their hands these long, thin rifles with bulbous aspects towards where their hands meet, but they all end in wicked blades. Then you see that they are watching as these people move forwards. There's one large cannon at the front of this conveyance with one of the Drakari manning it, just watching along this tunnel as they advance forwards. It moves at the exact same pace as the people. past the flame point and begin moving towards your position, Morgan and Damien. Let me know if there's a point where you would stop them. I will start rolling for them soon as they cross that 30-foot barrier and begin moving into your space. They're still walking forwards. I'm going, the Emperor, he's a big old coward, and he stinks, and I hate him. And the other is walking along going, they're so much better. They look better than us. They fight better. We're doomed to lose. Humanity is doomed. The Drukhari are superior. They just keep staggering. You realize they have no shoes. They've been beaten up. Like, they're clearly, like, sliced up, have been tortured, are walking forwards. Do they spot you? The one who's busy cursing the Emperor does not spot your position, but the other one does. The one who's been mentioning the Drukhari. And they just say, the Drukhari are superior, and they see you, Morgan, with your rifle, and they see Damien next to you. And they have a moment where they take a breath, and they think for a brief second. And you see this person looking at you as they are 10 feet from your position. They say, I am so sorry, I just want to live.
I cast Voice of the Damned, and in a low voice that I hope, Damien hopes only, people in this proximity can hear, will just say one word instruction, flee. And this person needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. What's the DC?
It's a 14 wisdom save DC.
It's a 14. With the 18 they roll, they have seen such horrors, such nightmarish horrors behind them, that you do not effectively take control of their mind. But let's see this peril.
Speaking of horrors, we're good.
You're good. Morgan, I will give you one bonus surprise action before we shift into combat order if you want to do something before this person acts. We have not entered combat yet. You're the only person who is aware that they have tried to do something. You've heard Damien speak. They froze for a moment, and then they've recovered themselves. They did not flee.
I just feel like I don't think we can fight 12 Drukhari, is what Morgan thinks. Morgan has seen Drukhari in action. Obviously, we fought some of these other ones with lighter armor that were scouting.
But they are specialist troops who would also be much hardier than the average cavalry warrior. You've done some study.
Okay.
So it's important for you to note that, like, the jet bikes, the melee riders, they have a bunch of additional tools in their toolkit. The Hellions themselves are probably stimmed to the gills. One of your warriors is probably superior, I would say, because you are the degree of thrown agents of the Inquisition that you are. A single cavalry would not be able to stand against you. These are also raiders who kind of move forward as they will.
I was of the opinion these were stronger than the ones we fought already.
Correct. They're essentially the specialty troops that you're aware of. Like, if you're battling mandrakes and you saw 12 of them show up that pop in and out of the warp, screwed. 12 incubi, not even a chance. Like, there are some warriors where you're like, oh, toe-to-toe with our group, 2 of them might be a problem. Regular cavalry plus your position, it's possible. It could go the other way. It's a lot of gunfire at the same time if they decide to open up. But these are not as hardy, as hail, as stim cocktail as otherwise. They're clearly here for a coastal ambush. They're expecting you to either get mad and shoot these people because you're servants of the Imperium and they're blaspheming, or they'll just shoot you with the giant gun on their boat and then open up from where they are.
Yeah, alright, so the second option we have is to fucking run, but we have to run the opposite way now because they're between us and the exit and there's lots of gunfire.
So to be clear, the 2 people have been walking towards you from the ambush. So the 2 people are 10 feet from you, and the boat is 60 feet behind them.
Okay.
So they've been walking towards you this whole time, and the boat has been following behind them. So right now the boat is 70 feet from you. The boat is 40 feet from the judge and Saul.
Okay, so it's not between us yet.
No.
Alright. This could get into a shit show really fast. I think that if I have a moment to act, I think it's subdermally just we've been made. And then Morgan is going to try to take a shot at whoever's manning the big gun on that ship.
Okay. Take your shot at the big gun.
Alright. And obviously, if it's first round of combat, I got advantage versus any creature that hasn't yet taken a turn.
Agreed. I'm aware D&D 2024 or does rules as written allow surprise rounds? But we're doing one in this case because I like them.
Oh, and I probably miss, so we might be running. And it's a 13 to hit.
It's a 13 to hit. You take your shot just as things are made, but the figure stopped and had looked at you and had raised a hand, and they pop. And so does the person next to them. They both explode violently, this double explosion, which just hits you enough that it throws your aim off, and your last bolt shoots past the heavy gunner and past this ship as combat begins. At the top of the order, Damien. The enemy is 70 feet away.
Yeah.
40 feet past your compatriots who are prepared for an ambush. They've not been drawn into the ambush point yet, but they are aware that you are here, and they theoretically will start trying to make your position and return fire.
Range is very important here. A lot of my stuff caps at 60, which is just too bad, you know.
I mean, if you want to combine your movement with an attempt to get closer without leaving the shacks, I would accept an athletics roll for you to like shoulder through a few flimsy walls and still maintain cover for yourself while getting within 60 feet.
I'll take you up on that.
Great. Roll me either, I think, yeah, it's got to be athletics because you got to break through shit.
Yeah. Okay. Athletics is +0. So it's a 19 athletics.
19, you managed to kind of get up and shoulder your way through 3 walls. You still have cover within a shack, but you are within range to be able to attack.
Yeah. Damien will kind of like spring up from the crouch. He had the light crossbow in his hands because it's like the weapon he's most familiar with and has the best kind of range. But he just like drops that, kind of springs from his position. We'll say to Morgan like, "Get going. I'm right behind you," and he'll like just shoulder like through these weak flimsy walls, move ahead, and he will. This feels pretty crucial. He's gonna bust out one of his 2 spens of sphere at maximum range, 60 feet. He's going to create a 5-foot diameter ball of warp fire. Aboard. If the it doesn't that way.
The creature walking down to allow them to.
So that it's 5 feet. I think it's maximum range count. He's just like, he doesn't have a lot of like finesse for where he puts it, but just 60 feet out aboard the ship, wherever that may be, a 5-foot ball of warp fire. It lasts for the duration I had. It's concentration. You know, I haven't done too much concentration yet, but this is going to last up to a minute, or as long as I can concentrate. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere makes a dex saving throw, taking 2d6 fire damage.
Well, there sure is a lot of traffic going into Oslo,
That the creature has to end its turn.
as usual.
Yeah, it'll still count from the time that it appears, because that doesn't make sense. I mean, you can't. It's like, did you end close to it? It's like, well, they fucking started with it on them. So yeah, no, that'll hit. Are you aiming anywhere particular on this deck? Like, are you aiming for the gun at the front, knowing you'll catch fewer Drukhari, or are you aiming for the center, knowing you can catch the most troops?
I think. Oh, see, I didn't even think he had that kind of.
You've got the
options.
ability to see. You can see the flame, so your ability is to pop it up. Because then it's a question of like, is it 10 feet? Is it a little closer, or is it a little further back on the deck of the ship?
You did specifically say we're falling back, right?
I just said we're made.
We're made. Okay. All right. So, he said like, get out of here. You wouldn't have to listen to that. Right behind you. Damien's making some assumptions. Okay. Then he's moved. Yeah, and he tells you to get going because we're made. He's not going to target the gun. The gun can target the shack we're in, as far as he's concerned. And he's going to try and burn down as many Xenos as he can.
Love it. Okay, what's the DC on the save?
He is using innate sorcery, so it gets a +1. It is 15 dex save.
15 dex save. Damn. That's 1 failure. Oh, we're gonna have to do this a couple of times. 1 failure. That is 2 failure. 3 failure. 4 failure, and then a nat 1. So I'm going to say that all 6 fail. I'll get rid of the success because the one guy knocks the other guy over. As these Kabalites lose their composure, you've caught 6 Kabalite warriors with this sphere appearance.
All right. 2d6 warp fire damage, a 3 and a 2. I'm burning through a lot of resources here. We need to like maximize this, so we're going to spend number 2 resource points for an empowered spell, and I'm going to reroll both of these
Yeah, makes
d6s.
sense.
Okay, a little more. 6 and a 2 for 8.
Hi, Siri.
Okay.
Wait. Hi, Siri.
And I am concentrating.
Hi, Siri.
This flaming orc
God
sphere
damn it,
appears
doesn't
in the
work.
central deck, setting several Cabalite warriors alight. You hear keening and shrieking at a higher pitch than any human could create, and also at a more beautiful.
Værmelding for i dag.
Det meldes om sol i dag. Høyeste temperatur blir 13 grader, og laveste blir 1.
What?
Human could create, and also
That's
at a
not
more
really warm.
beautiful and mellifluous pitch, and you hear the other Cabalite warriors laugh.
Excellent. Because as a bonus action, I can move the sphere up to 30 feet. So, let's see how fucking funny it is.
As you roll it forward across the deck, yeah. Okay, yep. Are you moving towards the front gun or towards the back section of the ship?
It's towards the back section where I
driver,
think there's
yeah.
more laughing. Where the laughing is, I think.
The laughing, yeah, they're laughing from all around, but there's one behind them. Okay. Well, shit.
DC 15 deck saves.
1 success, 2 successes and a failure.
Okay. The failure takes full 2d6 damage. The successes will take half. 4 and a 3 for 7. Damn. Burn it down. And in case it's worth tracking, and I hope it is, flammable objects that are being worn or carried start burning if touched by the sphere. It sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So if this ship starts to catch fire or take any kind of...
The ship itself is metallic and not, but several of the sails have been made out of flayed and treated human skin, so those start to catch fire. So you're looking at this bladed Drukhari anti-grav transport ship with its large, kind of pointed triangular sails, only the sails are starting to burn up above where the Drukhari are in position.
Okay.
Well, fuck me. Man, that's an epic fuck.
Holy shit, Tyler.
Morgan.
Who carries? I want to make sure that's not right. These two carries are fucked. Thank you very much, Guy Bradford.
Yeah.
Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland rocks. Morgan.
Yep.
Warp fire has burst out across this Drukhari transport. It has caught several Cabalite warriors on fire or burnt as it is happening. You've been made. What do you do?
Morgan was poised to move, and then it was like Damien ran in, told her that she could leave. But as soon as she saw all of this Drukhari on fire, because she's sighting down this rifle, and there's more light, everything like that, she's doing a slow breath out, aiming at that same target, the Cavalry warrior on the big lance at the front, trying to take him out.
All right.
Oh, sweet God. Okay, that's a little better. That's a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. The sneaky attacking.
She has a big lance sniper rifle or something.
Not great, but something. 7 plus 4 for 11 damage.
11 damage. Very nice. The heavy gunner is shot through the helmet, through the eye lens, and dies.
Hell yeah! Fuck yeah! Down.
Holy fucking shit.
Is that the cannon guy?
That is the cannon guy. So the heavy gunner has been eliminated in the
send
front
them
of
out
this.
there.
A single last bolt through the head of the heavy gunner.
Nice.
That's it. That's my whole everything. I can't move. I can't.
That's why that's
Because I
the
aimed,
cost of
yep.
that.
If I wasn't busy in
Yep.
Octowa, I would have played Rogue Trader, since I want to finish that
Alright,
game.
So, some of the Drukhari begin to act. Okay, one of them dashes forwards to take up the heavy gun. But they need to see if they can spot where you are. They have advantage for their roll, but your stealth, because they are far enough away, is a 21. With a nat 20, they spot you, so they know roughly where the position is. They turn this splinter cannon towards your position, and they will open fire on you. You have manage to not get hit and are able to retake
Tusenfryd,
your
which is
position
Norway's biggest
as two more
theme park
Drukhari.
or amusement park.
Yeah, these guys.
To the right.
He's going to hold the gun. Two more Drukhari are going to jump off of the boat where they're seeing these flaming spheres, and they are going to move forwards and open fire on your position. So they're both going to move 30 feet forwards from where they are, which puts them 10 feet from our ambushers, because they are both advancing forwards. One of them is going to fire at... actually, he can see if he can see Damien. He can't see Damien. Can the other? The other cannot see Damien. So, good for Damien, bad for you, Morgan, as they have an idea of where that fire has been taking place. So they are also going to... Double eights means they come to a grand total of 12. So more fire just
thank
pours
fuck.
around you as
Oh
you
my
manage
God.
to duck down again, staying hidden within these shacks. It's as much the darkness and the lack of surety of your exact position that's
Yeah.
protecting you as physical shacks.
They're
But
just firing into this whole shack.
absolutely, you manage to dodge and escape that. The next group of Drukhari, they are heavily injured. They are also going to get the fuck off this boat because it's a really bad time up here with the fireballs. They're going to advance forwards as well, joining the others and opening fire on your position, because as far as they know,
I'm the only
they've got
person
like
here.
one person who's around to
Yeah.
play, unless any of them can spot Damien. One does. Two spot Damien. So two of them are going to open fire on you, two of them are going to fire on Damien. You both have the same degree of cover from where they are firing from. The two towards Damien. That's a 6 and a 14. Nope, no go. One will manage to hit you this time, Morgan, with a 23 to hit.
Yep.
That will do 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
As you get caught up with some of these barbs that punch through the walls of the shack and manage to kind of wing you. You just get peppered like up the, not quite the shoulder, but kind of across a pectoral and an arm as you just take a series of kind of 3 little blades.
Right, and now Morgan is literally bloody.
Okay.
She is just between the shots she took earlier and the shots on her shoulder. It's just like and staying down. Yeah.
Yep. So you are there. You are hiding and you are staying down. Up next is Solomon. You've been wearing your leathers. 6 Xenos have been firing on your interrogator, your captain. You've seen them kill multiple Imperial citizens, some of the blasphemers, so it may have been a net gain. But they are a whole, I think, 10, 60. They're like 10 feet from you. They're about 40 feet from your position. They are now 10 feet from you in a line.
Solomon would hear Morgan say, "We've been made," but that wasn't like the go phrase. Yeah. So he's sub-vocalizing now, like waiting, like he's just waiting for any command to go.
I'm injured. Go right now.
And just the leathers come off. And just face the Emperor! And just massive swing, ready to go.
All right,
Whoever's closest,
race
first
out of the
one.
fire
Yeah.
towards the closest Drukhari. You can see the closest one is uninjured. You can see there is like an uninjured, there are 2 uninjured ones that are closest to you, Solomon, and then there are 4 that are injured that lead almost in a line towards the judge's side of the street.
Perfect. He's just whoever is closest. He's not looking. It's just first guy up. You're mine.
Fabulous.
Perfect.
Come on, come on.
A 17 to hit.
17 will definitely hit.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
He's back. His legs feel better. That is 14 damage.
14 damage. You strike down this Drukhari with one mighty cleaving blow. The Cavalite warrior
yeah.
falls in 2 pieces as the Emperor's
Okay, I'm
champion
going to
joins
take the right
fight.
turn. Here?
Whoever's the next closest Drukhari, he just points
Fuck.
at him. Like, just straight across.
Oh, I can drive in there.
Come here.
Yeah.
That Drukhari turns to face you, sheathing their rifle across their back and drawing forth a wickedly curved blade.
Let's go. Let's go. Next up.
But up next, actually, is a certain judge.
I'm looking through the locker. I'm loving what I'm
Right.
seeing.
I'm loving
Love what I'm seeing.
Okay, so Brother Solomon is pincering from the other side of the
Yes,
street.
he's
I'm
charged
coming
out.
over from the. Okay. What am I seeing though now with the who are the nearest enemies to me?
So the nearest enemies to you, there is a line of 6 Drukhari Kabalite warriors across the street that have just formed a firing line. They're advancing, just pouring fire towards Morgan and Damien's positions. From your position, you're seeing they are 10 feet from you. They haven't reached you yet. They're 10 feet more towards the boat. There are 4 injured Kabalite warriors who have all been burnt by Damien's flame. There's 1 untouched Kabalite warrior who is turning to engage with Solomon, and there's a dead Kabalite warrior. Behind them, 30 feet back, is the
this is a
flaming
nice
warp
place
spear
to
that
live.
is torturing their boat, and you
You
are
have
seeing
great
5
view,
more
close to the
warriors
ocean.
on the floating kind of travel transport behind.
Maybe not
Okay.
in the winter.
So if I were to spring out, I'm not catching them from behind. They're
Okay, let's see. I'm going to number 32. I guess I can just park here. Don't see any markings, so shouldn't be anything special. Oh, whoops. Park. Yeah, this is a nice place. Seeing the ocean and stuff. Oh, I don't have the battery connected, so I can't disconnect the camera. Oh. Well, I will see you guys later on my way home. So, see you later or tonight for some Octo Wow. Goodbye, have a nice